Let me ask you something right out of the gate, and really think about this as you're listening. How many times have you heard that drinking more water is the solution to almost everything? Low energy, drink more water. Joint stiffness, drink more water. Fatigue, headaches, circulation issues, drink more water. And for years, that advice kind of worked. But if you're over 50 and you're still following the same hydration rules you followed in your 30s, there's a good chance you're unknowingly holding yourself back. Because the truth is, plain water by itself is no longer enough for the body you're living in now. And in some cases, it can actually slow down the very systems you're trying to support. Most men I talk to genuinely believe they're doing the right thing. They wake up, grab a big bottle of water, and start sipping all day long. They feel proud of it, and honestly, they should be, because hydration matters. But then they notice something that doesn't quite add up. Energy is still inconsistent. Workouts feel flatter than they used to. Arms and legs don't get that same fullness or pump. Hands and feet stay cold. Endurance drops faster than expected. And circulation just feels weaker. Not broken, not terrible, just not solid. Not reliable. Not rock steady. Here's what almost nobody explains clearly. Hydration is not just about fluid. It's about what that fluid carries into your cells and how your body is able to use it. Water is the medium, not the message. And once you pass 50, your internal chemistry changes enough that water without minerals can actually dilute the signals your body depends on to regulate blood flow, blood pressure, and nitric oxide production. Nitric oxide is one of the most important molecules for male health, especially as we age. It's the molecule that tells your blood vessels to relax. It signals your arteries to widen. It improves oxygen delivery. It supports endurance, stamina, recovery, and circulation everywhere in the body. When nitric oxide is working well, blood flows smoothly instead of meeting resistance. When it's low, everything feels tighter, slower, more restricted. The problem is nitric oxide production naturally declines with age. That's not a flaw. That's biology. Enzymes don't work as efficiently, endothelial function declines, and the blood vessels lose some of their youthful responsiveness. So if nitric oxide is already under pressure, and then you dilute key electrolytes by drinking large amounts of plain water, you're stacking the deck against yourself. Think about your blood like a river system. Water alone increases volume, but minerals control the gates, the channels, and the flow rate. Sodium helps maintain blood volume and pressure so circulation stays efficient. Potassium balances sodium and helps blood vessels relax instead of constrict. Magnesium plays a direct role in vascular relaxation and enzyme activity related to nitric oxide production. When those minerals are low, your blood vessels don't respond properly no matter how much water you drink. This is why some men feel lightheaded when they stand up, even though they're well hydrated. This is why endurance drops faster than expected. This is why pumps in the gym feel weaker even when strength hasn't disappeared. The water is there, but the signaling isn't. Now let's talk about the simplest shift that changes everything. You don't need complicated supplements. You don't need extreme protocols. You don't need to turn hydration into a science project. You just need to stop drinking naked water all day long and start giving that water something to work with. Adding a small amount of mineral-rich salt to your water changes the way your body uses it. Not table salt, not highly processed, sodium chloride stripped of trace elements, but a real, mineral-containing salt. When you add just a pinch to your water, you're restoring electrolytes that help your body hold onto that fluid inside the cells, instead of flushing. It's straight through. You're supporting blood volume, you're improving nerve signaling. And most importantly, you're helping your blood vessels respond more effectively. This is not about making your water taste salty. If it tastes salty, you've added too much. You should barely notice it. But physiologically, your body notices immediately. Hydration becomes more stable. Energy becomes steadier. And circulation starts to feel more dependable. Another piece that fits perfectly into this picture is nitrate-rich support from whole foods. Nitric oxide can be produced through the nitrate-nitrate pathway, which is supported by foods like beetroot and leafy greens. This pathway becomes more important as we age because the primary nitric oxide pathway slows down. Adding gentle nitrate support a few times a week can help maintain better vascular function without forcing the system. This isn't about chasing crazy pumps or extreme performance. It's about restoring baseline function. It's about making circulation work the way it should during normal life. Walking, training, working, sleeping, recovering. What I've noticed with men over 50 is that once they mineralize their water consistently, They stop feeling like they're constantly playing catch-up. They don't need as much caffeine to feel alert. They don't crash as hard in the afternoon. Their workouts feel smoother, even if intensity stays the same. Recovery improves because blood flow is doing its job. And little things start to change, like not feeling chilled all the time or not needing to sit down after standing up quickly. There's also a mental shift that happens. When hydration is working properly, the nervous system stays calmer. Stress feels more manageable. Heart rate variability often improves. That's because electrolytes don't just affect muscles and blood vessels. They affect how your brain communicates with your body. One of the biggest myths in health is that if something is good, more must be better. That's especially dangerous with war. Overhydration without electrolytes can actually increase stress on the kidneys and dilute blood sodium levels. That's why some endurance athletes run into trouble even though they're drinking constantly. The body needs balance, not excess. So instead of aiming to drink more water, aim to drink smarter water. Start your morning with mineralized water instead of plain water. Your body loses electrolytes overnight, and replacing them first thing helps stabilize circulation for the entire day. During workouts, mineralized water supports blood flow and reduces unnecessary fatigue. In the evening, it helps prevent cramping and supports recovery. If you want to take it one step further, rotating in a quality electrolyte blend without sugar can make things even easier. Look for something simple, clean, and low dose. You don't need aggressive amounts. You're not trying to flood the system. You're just supporting it. This approach works because it respects how the body actually functions after 50. You're no longer forcing systems to perform like they did decades ago. You're giving them what they need to work efficiently now. And that mindset shift alone makes a huge difference. A lot of men chase circulation improvements through extreme workouts or supplements without fixing hydration first. That's like trying to tune a high-performance engine while ignoring the fuel quality. Hydration is foundational. When you get it right, everything else becomes easier. And here's the part I really want you to hear. This isn't about fear. It's not about saying something is wrong with you. It's about recognizing that your body is smarter than you think, and it responds quickly when you give it the right inputs. Small changes done daily compound over time. You don't need to overhaul your life. You don't need to become obsessed. Just start paying attention to how your body feels when you hydrate with intention. Notice how your energy holds. Notice how your circulation feels during movement. Notice how your recovery improves. Those signals matter. Men over 50 don't fail because they lack discipline. They struggle because they're following outdated advice. When you update your strategies to match your physiology, things start working again. So the next time you reach for a glass of water, remember that water alone is only part of the equation. Give it the minerals it needs to support nitric oxide. Give your blood vessels the signals they're asking for. Let hydration become a tool instead of a checkbox. And when you do that consistently, day after day, your circulation doesn't just improve. It stabilizes, strengthens, and supports everything else you're working so hard to maintain.